recap of the women's race? Lauren, let's go to the men. We have this race has been dominated by one man, Jeremy Powers, for the last several years. But there are chinks in the armor. He's had illness, he's had injury, and there's a rising tide of young talent coming up against him. Just think of some of the big names.
Well, one of the big names certainly is Hyde, who has had an outstanding season so far with some of his World Cup performances.
And don't forget Curtis White coming up, under 23 rider. We're seeing good under 23s. But like in the women's race, there is any number of riders that could pull off a great ride. There are some riders that have failed to deliver a good result this year that we keep waiting for those volcanoes to erupt. Guys like Jamie Driscoll, for example, a diesel, not a good starter. Think about local phenoms, Dan Timmerman. And then you also have some riders like Kerry Werner, who's slowly moving from mountain biking into cyclocross. Let's see what happens in our men's race. With U.S. men's champion Jeremy Powers sitting out the KMC Crossfest due to injury and illness, the field was wide open for young stars eager to take the throne of U.S. Cross. Whoa!
Woo, baby! Holy crap!
Cannondale's Hyde, fresh from a top 10 at a World Cup, would be the first to answer the call on Saturday.
Come on, go!
Hyde began the race chasing teammate Curtis White on lap 1. As he drew near on lap 2, calamity on the wall of death. Miraculously, Hyde rolled to his feet and rode away unscathed, only needing a fresh bike, and perhaps even motivated. He made the catch on White and powered to the lead. Lap after lap, Hyde showcased world-class power and prowess riding the brutally steep Stan's staircase. White, meanwhile, just 21 years old, began to fade as the veteran Jamie Driscoll, in blue, coming off a slow start, drew a bead on his first UCI podium of the season. White could only watch as mountain bike star Kerry Werner pursued. Hyde would finish 30 seconds ahead of nearest competitor Driscoll and Kerry Werner for the win. White having faded from the lead to finish 4th. After the race, we caught up with Hyde.
What happened out there, man? It was not a foregone conclusion.
No, I had to screw my head on pretty tight on that third lap. I crashed twice. Once just out here in the field, lack of driving, and the other one there's a big hole for running down the sand, and I put my front wheel right in it, and I went very far down to the bottom. It was pretty awesome. Pretty stoked to not be hurt. So yeah, and then Curtis took a flyer off the front. It was great, and Danny and those guys were in Kerry were driving that group, and wanted to sit on them until I could kind of spring across. And when I saw those guys start to fade, I did my move. I was able to ride that stair set, the long part, and I think it made the whole race. Just being able to ride that entire off-camber section was super key.
Everyone has their daily routines. Some of us thrive on adventure, the thrill, even just a little family time. We live for the weekend. Whatever your passion, Kenda Tires is there for you. Kenda Tires, designed for your journey.
Fellas, I'm ready to get up and do my thing. I want to get into it, man, you know. Moving it, doing it, you know. Can I count it off? Yeah. One thing you know. Oh, yeah.
White began Sunday with fire in his eyes. With the course fast and dry, group tactics would rule this event. He and teammate Hyde fended off a huge group of contenders that included Travis Liverman, Danny Summerhill, and Kerry Werner for more than 6 laps. The lead group at one point grew to 13 riders, including young Peter Gogan, who briefly led halfway into the race. On lap 7, as White, shown in green, powered to the front, Gogan made a critical mistake on the off-camber. The mishap sprung White clear. On offense, White pounded open a gap while his teammate Hyde played defense. White would hold it all the way to the finish on the next lap for his first UCI Cross victory of the 2016 season. Hyde could hold for second, just ahead of Summerhill. After the race, Curtis White had this to say.
Talk about it from your end. What happened out there, man?
Yeah, for the first half of the race, it was a pretty big group. I tried my best to stay near the front of that group, try to stay out of trouble. I know there was a few guys who were getting pretty anxious. The size of that group was, it was a little nerve-wracking at times, but yeah, I just tried to stay near the front and out of trouble. There were a couple guys who took the initiative and started attacking early. I was hoping they'd be, burn a couple of matches earlier on, and I just kind of hang back and be patient for once. As a 21-year-old, it's not the easiest thing to do, I guess.
We kind of forget that you are also the U23 winner tonight.
Yeah, but yeah, with 2.5 to go, there was a group of 4. It was Danny, Kerry, Hyde, myself, and I hit it over the top of the run-up, and I got a couple second bike length, and yeah, I just kind of kept it rolling from there. And the gap just slowly grew, and I was able to hold it off.
Conditions aren't always perfect, and the elements are not always in your control. But no matter the terrain, no matter the weather, you face them anyway. If you're tough enough to face the elements, your chain should be too. Now, with the new Eco Protect coating, KMC chains just got stronger. With double the rust resistance as KMC's Rust Buster treatments, you can push harder, ride longer, and press through grittier days. The all-new KMC Eco Protect system utilizes the same great features of other KMC products. XX bridge construction, mushroom riveting, and an anti-stretch build provide durability along with fast, smooth shifting performance. From the dirt to the pavement at 10 and 11 speed, the Eco Protect system has you covered, on and off-road. Conditions aren't always perfect, and the elements can't always be controlled. Introducing the all-new KMC Eco Protect Rust-Proof Chain. A chain as tough as you.